Part 3. Questions 21 to 35. In this part, you will hear 3 talks or lectures. There are 5 questions for each talk or lecture. For each question, choose the correct answer A, B, C or D. You will hear the talks or lectures only once. Questions 21 to 25.
You will hear a teacher talking to a group of students.
Now, listen carefully and answer questions 21 to 25.
And now I'd like to tell you about some of the activities that we've arranged for your last weekend. Now that the course is finished, you can relax. And I think you'll be very interested in what we've got planned. As usual, tonight is Friday night down at Sam's Disco. Tonight's going to be a bit special, not because it's your last weekend, but because Sam is 30 today and he'll be having a big party down there. Hey. So, from 8:30 this evening, Sam's Disco will be the place to be, and it's half price before 10:30. Now, for those of you who are interested in football, we've arranged a football match against the students of Henry's College. We usually hold the match on the beach, but this time it'll be in South Park. If you're a footballer, go there at 2 o'clock tomorrow. It's opposite the new sports centre, and it isn't difficult to find. Afterwards, we thought we'd all get together, both colleges. We tried to book the local pizza restaurant, but unfortunately they couldn't take more than about 12 people. Instead, we've decided to have a beach party. We'll meet back at the college and set off together at about 5 o'clock. We've managed to persuade a couple of guitarists from the local pub to come and entertain us. Sunday will be the last social event, and we're having a picnic in Thornton Forest. Everybody should meet at the college at 12:15. We'll walk to the station and take the 1:45 train to Thornton. It's about a 20-minute train ride and then a short walk to the forest. And it looks like we're going to be lucky with the weather. The teachers will bring all the food, chicken, salad, bread rolls and plates and things like that. Everybody seems to have their favourite drink these days, so we'd like you to provide that. Don't worry about the glasses, though. We'll bring along some plastic cups. There's a small lake in the middle of the forest, which we always visit. It's not deep enough to swim in, nor are there any fish there, but it is very beautiful, so do bring your cameras. It's lovely just to sit and relax by the water after walking there. We'll return home before it gets dark, so we should get back at about 6:30. Now, are there any questions?
Questions 26 to 30. You will hear an announcement about a train trip through a desert.
Now, listen carefully and answer questions 26 to 30.
Hi, everyone. I'd like to welcome you aboard our train trip through high desert scenery. The train that you are sitting in was built in 1933, so it's really old, but very comfortable. Our trip today lasts 1.5 hours, and we will travel at a speed of about 15 miles an hour. The train climbs uphill for the first 45 minutes and then makes its way down to a town called Oldsville. In the 20th century, oil was discovered here, and an important industry developed. It didn't last long, however, and tourism is the biggest industry these days. There's lots to see in the town. On the journey, you won't see any animals during the daytime because it's too hot, but you should look out for beautiful desert plants right next to the track, although at this height there are no trees. At one point, we go over an old wooden bridge. People get worried because it's noisy, but it's quite safe. There's no river under the bridge, but you can see some large, colorful rocks. They're fantastic. We don't make any stops on the trip because all the stations were closed long ago. The route is kept open by local people who love the history of the railway, and at the far end of our coach, there's a small store. This store is really special and sells souvenirs which you can't buy anywhere else. The other things which we sell during your ride are drinks and snacks. Unfortunately, the machine selling these is broken, so once we're underway, I'll be walking down the coach with everything in a basket. So stop me if you want anything. Enjoy your trip.
Questions 31 to 35.
You'll hear a talk by a security worker from Sydney Airport who is introducing the day-to-day operations of the Australian Quarantine Service.
Now, listen carefully and answer questions 31 to 35.
Hi everyone and welcome to Sydney Airport. Today I'll be giving you the inside information on the day-to-day operations of the Australian Quarantine Service here. We hope to provide you with a better understanding of why such heavy security regulations are necessary by educating you on how we operate and why we do the things we do. We're not here to try to persuade you to fly through Sydney Airport, though we hope you'll find your experience relatively stress-free and comfortable. First things first, our personnel. Can anyone guess how many people work at Sydney Airport? We have 200 alone working in Terminal 2, so can you guess how many in the whole airport? I heard someone say 360. That's getting closer. What? Did someone say 2,000? That's way too high. Sydney Airport actually employs 440 people. A lot, right? And about half of those employees work in security-related matters. Moving on to our not-so-human employees, let's come and see our favourite pooch, Milton. Milton is our best drug-sniffing dog on the force. He's friendly to most people. You can even come pet him at the end of our tour. Burnouts, beware though. He'll find everything. Notice that even though there are so many of us around him, Milton stays quite calm. This is the precise reason he was chosen for the job. Dogs that are chosen are not predisposed to sniff out different narcotics. That's something we teach them already. So here's a part of the airport most people never notice, the cargo transport terminal. This is where packages are shipped to and from. Normally, we ship around 4,400 packages per month. In this airport alone, over 52,000 packages were shipped in and out over the past year. We ship to and from 170 different countries. Not bad, eh? Probably it will go up to over 72,000 packages this year. And despite over 100 flights in and out of here daily, the number of lost or delayed packages is impressively low. If you send your package through here, rest assured we'll get it where it's going. Let's move on to the area most of us are familiar with, the passenger terminals. In order to be allowed into this area, you must pass through security with your ticket and, if you're travelling internationally, your passport. If you're travelling domestically, you just need a legal form of ID. If you don't have those, you will not be allowed to pass through security and board your flight. During the security scan, your carry-on items will be checked for dangerous items such as weapons, sharp objects, and liquids that exceed our specified limit. If you attempt to pass any of the prohibited items on this list posted at the entrance, you are still allowed to board the plane, but you'll be given a warning and your item will be confiscated. Don't worry, we will not arrest you for having too much shampoo in your bag or anything like that.